gentlemen, welcome back to Landing on Mars. I am your host, Nestor the Spitter, aka Nestocious, aka Nestor on Mars, aka you can call me whatever you want to call me, but you cannot call me broke and you cannot call me lazy. Hope everybody out there's doing wonderful. This is episode 19. If you can, please like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff, share. Landing on Mars, ladies and gentlemen. Little by little, I've been kind of just making I don't want to say my comeback. I don't want to going to that extent, but just really trying to like get priorities straight, really trying to just get things in motion the right way. Because, now I have a daughter, I'm married, I'm a father, I work full time, and like I always try to make the time to do the things I want to do. And you know what is funny about that? Because if you have TikTok, videos kind of pop up just randomly, even when you don't even want them to pop up, they kind of just pop up. And it's crazy because there's this video going around. It's with Eddie Murphy, and he's talking about we have 75 years to be here on this earth. We have 75 summers. We have 75 winters. We had that's sorry about that. That's usually what it is for an average, I guess, an average person to be like to be on this earth. You know what I mean? To be around. So it's like one thing that we can definitely not get back is time, and one thing that we waste a lot of is time. Like I've understood, and now I'm at the point where I understand that because I feel this particular way, that doesn't mean the next person is gonna feel that way. And versus thinking and saying, "Oh, well, why is this person thinking like this? Why are they not thinking like me?" I don't really do that no more. I don't dive into that in depth of like why are they doing what I want to do. Like it is what it is, man. And like we're living in the age where everybody has an opinion, everybody has a mindset, everybody has a way of looking at how they want to look at things, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's wrong. And I'm like I said, I'm at the point where it's like, yo, I'm not trying to like waste time on trying to convince someone to look at things my way. It is what it is. And shout out to Cameron and Mace for It Is What It Is. That's a dope ass podcast. That's a dope ass name. The abbreviations for that is dope as well. But it is what it is, man. Like I said, you gotta be able to control what you're wasting your time on. Like if you know you're gonna say sorry, if you know that you're gonna apologize when all this is said and done, why are you gonna sit there and say what you're gonna say? Why are you gonna take the time and talk the negative of like, oh, this is that? Like real talk, I try not to complain. Like I had saw like where it said, don't complain for 24 hours and see how different your mindset and see how different you look at things. And it's like I'm not trying to complain because I'm trying to get more for myself, but there's someone somewhere out there trying to get just to where I'm at. So in a way I've succeeded, but it's success in my own way, just the way I'm trying to chase success in how other people are successful, and everybody has a specific standard of what they consider success. So someone's success could be somebody's failure. So ultimately, man, it's just everything that we do in this world really just kind of goes back to time. Like you can't particularly get offended when someone doesn't have the time to hang out with you. Like even with like friends, like I've had friends that became family that became friends. Like like we were close, we weren't, but like it being in the business that I'm in, I've understood that people come, people go. Whether you keep a relationship with them when they're gone, as far as when they're not working there no more, that's on how deep y'all's friendship was. And I don't go to the place of my business to go hang out with my friends. Like I go to get work done. I have a job. I have a job. I get it done. I'm there for that particular reason. And like I said, I don't have the time to be trying to be everybody's friend, knowing that some might be there for a month or two, maybe even a year, and then they dip. Like I've been there for a while, so even when you're there for a while, in your eyes, to me, it's still like it's still new. But and it's not to disrespect anybody. It's more of the sense of like it's protecting what I'm doing is protecting how I'm moving. Like I don't got the time to befriend everybody that I see. I tell you hello, I tell you I give you my respect and we keep it moving, but I love to be at work for the fact that I'm making money, but we waste a lot of time being at work. We get 24 hours in the day. 8 hours of that is at work, maybe even nine because some have an hour lunch, so you have 9 hours at work. Now the rest of your day, you're spending your sleep by at least 10 o'clock trying to get quote unquote 8 hours. That I haven't met anybody that's really got 8 hours of sleep, and if you know anybody that has got 8 hours of sleep, bring them my way because I would love to shake their hand because I haven't got 8 hours of sleep since probably when I was a teenager, maybe even that far back. But what I say is that we could add all these numbers up, we could add everything up, but like we only get 24 hours out of the day. We spend a lot of those hours and a lot of those minutes and a lot of those seconds at work in at a place that is benefiting us, but at the same time it's taking away from where we really want to be. Like you know what I mean. Ultimately, nowadays you have to work you have to work to just live. You can't just like during the COVID and all that stuff. You could stay home and unemployment was wild. Unemployment was crazy, but ultimately now the aftermath is like, yo, nobody wants to work, but you have to work. Ultimately, you have to have some type of hustle, and like nowadays, the hustle is making content. Hustle is so simple now, but when it comes down to it, hustling for yourself and hustling for what you want to do is the goal. Like I've been at my place of employment for 16 years, and I sit back and think like, yo, being my age, if I wanted to sit here and say, hey, I'm gonna go get into a trade, I'm gonna go do this, like, yo, it's like I didn't sit and waste a lot of time where I'm at because I've continued to grow in the position that I'm at, and I've done things that not other people in that position have done. So I know what I'm doing is positive, but at the end of the day, I never hold myself to a particular value. I don't feel like I'm just in one box because at the end of the day, I'm willing to do the work. I'm willing to go out there and hustle. If I need to be out there from sun up to sundown, I don't mind doing that because I understand and I have a bigger goal of what I'm trying to accomplish. Like having a family puts you in that state of mind that yo, you never stop. Like you never stop. Like I said, man, I never put myself in that. I never put myself in that box because like I said, man, I hold value. My good mornings, my hellos, my how are you doing? My breath is value. And as long as I have that, then you know what? I know that I'm never gonna let myself down as far as selling myself short. You know what I mean? And like I said, with as much time as we spend not where we want to be, and it was funny because I was with my brother, my sister in law, and my we ended up meeting with my cousin. We went to go see my dad, but we were driving through a neighborhood that we grew up in back in the day that we didn't not necessarily grew up, but we stayed out there. It was off of Hunt Lane, Ray Ellison. Shout out to San Antonio. Shout out to those hoods, Hunt Lane, Ray Ellison. Shout out to Valley High. But we were out there and we were just cruising. And I remember cruising out there when I was when I had like my car, when I was in the neighborhood, and things were just so easy. Things were just so just chill. Things were just at the point where it was easy. Life was easy, and then driving through it just took me back to that particular point, and it was like, yeah, man. Like nowadays, like we have so much going on. Information is being passed around so fast that things just fly by. Like bills are coming in. We're working to pay the bills that the stupid bills we got to pay the bills that we want, house, cars, you know what I mean? Things of that nature. The stupid bills is like Netflix, Amazon. But at the end of the day, we pay that, and at the end of the day, we're still doing that. That's life, man. Like it's a it's life. I don't know what's gonna be after us and after my daughter is older and things of that nature. But at this particular point, this is where we're at. And like I said, man, I'm pretty sure everybody knows that we don't have a lot of time. Everybody knows that we know, but at the same time, it's like, yo, we just doing what we can. And I think when you really sit back and when you really try not to be so hard on yourself, and when you're really trying not to like really put that weight on your shoulders, because like I said, man, everybody gets the same 24. Everybody gets this 5 days a week, 7 days a week. Everybody gets the 31 days. We all get that. We all get that 12 times a year. We all get the same numbers, but ultimately what you're doing with it and how you're moving and where the direction of your life is going is what defines you. You could sit and say this. You could sit there and say that. You could sit there and pout and be like, "Oh, why?" But if you saw how much time you wasted on those whys, yo, are you really gonna be asking those whys? And like I said, man, I'm just someone just trying to live life, understanding that I wasted a lot of time and I'm not trying to waste no more time, if that makes sense. But overall, ladies and gentlemen, like, subscribe, comment, share, do everything you got to do with your boy. It's your boy Nestor the Spitter, Landing on Mars podcast. We here, episode 19 on episode 20. I want to try to do something a little special for my one or two, maybe even 5 followers that actually be watching my stuff. But nah, for real, if you watch my stuff, thank you. I really appreciate that. And understand that time is of the essence, and understand that we all have a expiration date and we all have an expiration date. So as long as you're here, you get 75 summers, you get 75 winters, you get 75 good years if you take care of yourself, if you do everything you got to do to try to stay as healthy as possible ultimately. But yeah, take it day by day, take it step by step, take it moment by moment, take it second by second, take it minute by minute, take it hour by hour, day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year. But at the end of the day, take it at your pace and understand. Take your time without wasting time. Y'all be safe out there. Y'all have a wonderful night. It's your boy Nesto. Yalla.